Right on, good morning. Today on the job we're going to be replacing the lintel on the side of the house where the new windows go in. So you'll just see Tom measuring up for the new window. Then what I'm going to do is get out the old brickwork, the soldier course, take the wooden lintel out from the outside, put a new steel galvanised lintel in, DPM, wheat poles, soldier course and the associated brickwork. All going to be built out of lime mortar originally, as it was, not sand and cement, because we know that causes lots of problems. And yeah, so watch me in the video. Remember, these are tutorials, I'll just show you what I do. But you should get a gist of the idea. Anyway, sit, watch, and if you take something from it, give us a like. Much appreciated. See you in a bit, guys. Danger. Yeah, right. We used to build our own timber frames years ago when we built houses. So if you look at this, you can see, I don't know what you call it, so I'm not even going to try and guess, but the lug we'll call it, and then it's built around the window, same at the bottom there. That window frame will go in behind here, they're just skims. So yeah, so we'll get them out, they're chopped off, and then Let's see how many of these brick and edge we can salvage. Right, see you in a bit. Right, I've took the top half of the window out. I've cut back there. I've cut back here. So you can see there, that's a 3/4, that's another half. I'm going to give it more of a bearing than it needs to because of the size of the lintel. I just need to get that half out of there. Yeah, so I just want to get it sat in for today. The clouds are looking a bit dark. So yeah, get that sat in and then we can crack on. I really don't like fucking working near these outside. Yeah, so let's have a look. We'll see what it looks like with the lintel in place. Hold on, so we've got it in place. It's just sat there for now. Yeah, it's easy on, it's by about 200mm on each side, so that's adequate. So you can see how this now sits to the back of this brickwork. So what I'll do is I'll get a DPC down there, under here. It'll run into this space as well here. It'll run into the space here as well. It sort of fly past, and then we'll fold it accordingly and do what we can at that. Found any, mate, in your collection? What? I forgot to look this morning. I'll have a look later. So this is a DPC we're going to be using above the lintel. So you can see there, width 450, it's about 16 inches. So we're going to cut 2 meters off that and then get it set up there on the lintel for our tray. Right, I've just got the DPC tray sat in for now, approximately. It wants cutting back a bit, but what I can do, I can just cut it along the knife there. You'll see it runs up here and it runs into the cavity. And this has been pleated, so it runs up the side here, so anything comes down, it will run down and out. So I'm just using these bricks just to hold it in place for now. There will be weep holes in there, and I've done the same at that end. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this forward, and then I'll get some bricks in on the inside and get that bricked up. Right, I've got them bits of breeze block packed in there. More lime mortar, looks a bit messy, but you ain't going to see it, so that's the inner leaf, remember. So I've got one tie wire, 2, and I've put a third one there. DPC trays in, so it's going to come down here, and then we'll do a brick on edge along there, and along with weep holes. It seems a bit stupid really when it's the only one without. But here you go, what can you do? Right, let's see what we can do here. Right, I've got all the soldiers cut, which are like 3/4. You see I've cut the tops off there. So I've put that profile, so I've clamped it to there, so I can just get a nice level there. What I've had to do is re-gauge this, because the gauge what it was to the old bricks wasn't going to work with these. The joint's going to be way too big. So because Imperial bricks sometimes are 70mm, sometimes 72mm, I've just had to go along. You see the little coloured parts here, that's where the beds are. So I've tried to work it out at 82mm. That allows for the different variation of the bricks and then getting the mortar joint in. So now we've got that done. Oh, what I had to do as well, because of the angle of the lintel at the back, I just chamfered the back of the brick there, so you can see, so it sits in without causing too much trouble. And there we have it. So what I'll do is I'll get a mix on. I'll get my weep holes, what I need. I'm going to put one there. I'm only going to put 3 in. Don't want too many, do we? Get 3 weep holes, so I'll have one there, one at that end and one in the middle somewhere. Yeah, so we'll get them in. I'm not going to film it because it's just laying a few bricks, but you can see the method I've got. Profile to get the top edge. I've got my string line for along the front, make sure it runs flush, and I've got my gauge. Easy, innit? Right, let's go and get some lime and mortar mixed up. Right, I've got the brick on edge in. You can see, let me just zoom in a bit there. So there's a weep hole there, there's a weep hole there, and there's a weep hole there. So I want to let that go off a bit. Because this is lime mortar and these are really dry bricks, I've been spraying the bricks as I go, so I've got a little spray gun down there, giving them all wet. I'm just going to give that chance to go off a bit, and then I'm going to start to brick it in. Look, I've got my line across, and I'll go from there. Yeah, looks alright. That's high to actually put 15 in there as opposed to 14 what was there before. But it's a lot better size joint. Instead of some of them bloody big daft pear pens. But yeah, it's so much easier using a profile as well, and then just setting it to that. Yeah, right, let me crack on. Right, I've got the brick on edge in, I've got the weep holes in, and I've got what I've done, I've run out of bricks, so I've built it up there just to support that. Then what I can do is I can get that acro pop out later once it's gone off. Yeah, then I need to get all this filled in as well, but I need another 15 bricks or so. The ones that are coming out are no good, so I may as well just get some new Imperials if you like. Yeah, it's coming on. There we go then, bricked up. Acro pop out. Soldiers, weather struck points in with lime mortar. What more can you ask for? So we'll get the window in next, that's on delivery. As soon as that's in, we can start working in the kitchen. Yeah, oh, I'm glad that's done. Forgot how much lime mortar bends my hands. Hey ho. Anyway, see you later. Here we are, back again. Back on the job with Tom Boy. Say hello, Tom.
Hello, Tom.
Oh, fucking hell, every day. Right, Tom's going to be cracking on getting the stud frame up here.
Yeah.
I've just put the 110 cordial, and I'm just going to get on there and get cut out for the extractor fan. Once we've got that in and that's up, we can look at sorting out what we're going to get boarded and where the pipes need to go. NKM have just been and dropped off a load of plasterboard.
So we may have to have a look at how many blocks we've got, see if we've got enough.
I'm sure we've got 20, which should be enough for a door.
Yeah, because what we're going to do, with it being like a 9-inch, are we just laying them off on the flat?
You see, if we lay it on the, because originally, for anyone who's watching this, eventually the door we're blocking up is going to have an extension on the other side of it. So it's a 9-inch wall that's skin, so we either lay them on the flat so it stays as a 9-inch, or we just build it as a 4-inch internal to start with now, because the old extension is still up, and then we build another one on the other side. It's as long as it is short, really.
We found out the gable end's got a cavity, which is 1919 built.
Yeah, I mentioned that in the last video. It's the first time you've seen it, hasn't it?
Yeah, so we're going to have to. Yeah,
first time for me.
Never seen that before on this age. So it didn't come until the 50s.
No,
did it?
not regular.
Maybe not even the 40s. So we're going to have to measure the side to make sure 9-inch.
Yeah, make sure we'll have to check
wide
it
enough, because it might be 11-inch.
Yeah.
So we'll measure that.
We'll check that.
If it is, then we'll obviously it's out of our hands. Then we have to go.
Yeah. So what we'll do, we'll check that and clarify that before we go any further. So like I say, Tom's going to get on with this stud wall. I'm going to start core bitting that.
Then we're going to dot that.
Yeah.
Once the cable's
we need to get the wiring sorted for the extractor. John's favourite job.
Outside fan, you go from your light to your door,
isolator,
and then back to your fan. And that way you can turn it off above your door, have a little switch here if you want to isolate your fan. Otherwise, every time that light comes on, the fan comes on, and which is what most people want now. Yeah,
I think what he's saying is as well, you've got to have the isolator when you put an extractor fan in now, because you've got to be able to isolate that from the circuit if there's a fault with it.
Yeah, so I'll go from live light to your isolator to your fan. So it's just there, it's easy.
Easy peasy, lemon squeeze.
That's why he's doing it.
yeah, all right. All right, see you later. Bye-bye.
See you later.
Right, we've core bitted from the other side, and what we're doing is trying to pile it through, and then we'll wet the core bit from this side. Okay, so I've got that side dug out now. I found my phone, Tom. I've got that side core bitted out, so that's where our extractor's going. Well, this is taking some breaking up, and as if by magic, another tie in. That's a big bath, 1.8 metres by 800 wide.